AGM batteries offer superior performance for marine applications, and in this video I will show you the differences between AGM batteries and traditional wet cell and help you make a buying decision on the right AGM battery for your boat. First, AGM batteries are sealed. AGM stands for absorbed glass mat, and basically what that means is a wet cell battery just has the liquid moving around the lead plates freely. In a glass mat battery, there's fabric which wraps the plates and causes that liquid to not be able to move around. So the battery can be completely sealed. When you look at the top of the battery, you can see there's no access, it's completely sealed. As opposed to a wet cell battery where they have these traditional caps. Even though this is a maintenance-free battery, and these caps still can be removed, and there is liquid in here. So the first thing you want to think about is how much does your boat pound in the waves? That is one of the leading causes of short lifespan on a wet cell, because that pounding causes that water to beat and move around within the battery. It also, those plates are not supported like they are in a glass mat battery, so the plates tend to move around, and that just contributes to the battery failing early. We don't see that happening with a glass mat. Glass mat batteries come in every size that a wet cell comes in. You can see, to look right here on the battery label, this is a group 24, this is a group 27. Although these different sizes have different ratings of power and reserve capacity, one of the #1 features in choosing the right battery is getting the right size. Chances are your boat has battery trays, a battery compartment, or battery boxes that's specific to a particular battery size. Group 24 and Group 27 are the most popular in boats under 30, and as you get bigger, the batteries will get bigger. This is a Group 31, and down here we have D series batteries, 4Ds and 8Ds, which are traditionally found in big motor yachts or sailboats. The next decision in choosing the right AGM battery is deep cycle or starting. AGM batteries don't come in a traditional starting battery like wet cells, and I'll give you an example. Right here we have a starting battery. And because of the size and assortment of the plates, these batteries produce more or less cranking amps. The more the cranking amps, the less longevity, and ultimately when you get to a deep cycle battery, which is right here, the lower the cranking amps, but the longer the discharge cycle of the battery. That's why it's called a deep cycle. In an AGM battery, the plates are all aligned the same, so there's this balance between producing optimum cranking amps, which is what starts your boat, and optimum longevity, which is slow discharge over a longer period of time to run something like a trolling motor, or house batteries if you're anchoring and entertaining friends, running the radio and a refrigerator. So you don't need to choose the difference between starting and deep cycle or dual purpose on an AGM like you do with wet cells. So instead of having to choose between starting, deep cycle, or dual purpose, you can simply choose size. So if you want to get more power out of an AGM battery over a longer period of time, you can up the size. So for a trolling motor, if you want to go with a 12-volt system in a Group 24, you will get longer time if you can fit a 27 on your boat, and you'll get even longer time if you can fit a 31 on your boat. It's really very simple. As far as cranking amps go along with the size of the battery also. So if you wanted to get the equivalent to a 1000 cranking amp wet cell battery, you would get a Group 31, which is larger and produces 1000 cranking amps. Here we have 900 cranking amps in the Group 27, and the Group 24 has 800. 800 cranking amps is plenty of cranking amps to start most every motor on the market. Price is a factor when choosing an AGM battery. AGM batteries are at a higher price point than wet cell batteries. The reason for that is their construction is more expensive and they last longer. You can typically get double the lifespan out of an AGM battery than you can get out of a wet cell battery. Also, consider your charging system when replacing your batteries. If you're switching from lead acid batteries to AGM batteries, some charging systems have a switch to tell the charger what charging profile to use with an AGM battery. Some do it automatically. So know which charger you have. An expert at West Marine can guide you here. Also consider how old your charging system is. Often we see batteries failing prematurely because the charging system is either over or undercharging the battery, shortening its lifespan. These are just a few of the reasons why an AGM battery is a superior choice for your boat. Visit a West Marine to speak to an expert to get specific details on what AGM battery is best for your vessel. Hope to see you out on the water soon.